Hello again. It's been a while since we've put one of our videos out, but we have our reasons, and I'll try to explain this before I take you on to another one of our cruising videos. Well, quite simply, we've been doing a lot of other things, and there's a reason why. Leisure boaters do have it hard in these sort of, this conditions when canals are closing for fun. It is more difficult for the vast majority of leisure boaters than what it is for the continuous cruiser, because we go on a trip and we expect to get back because we've got other things to do in life. That's just the way it is, and that's the majority of people who own boats. But all this business of things closing, canals closing at short notice and being stuck in places, we're not we don't want to leave our boat at the side of the canal and off we go, because I just don't trust it. It's got to be secure on a marina. That's the way it is. But everybody now is saying climate change, which is happening, and the lack of rain has caused us to be short of water. Well, that's true. And we know the Canal and River Trust have zilch amount of spare money to do things, and it's frightening to think where that direction's going. One thing for certain, we'll all be paying more for our licences in the near future. There's no doubt at all. It will be a lot more expensive. But they're going to have to source money from other places, because I don't think it's going to come from the government in any way, shape or form now. Other things are far more important on the agenda than the canals. That's just the way it is. But let's just take it back a little bit, because people don't talk about this. I've seen nobody discussing these things on other videos and that, but I thought I'd let people who are on the canals, who might not be aware of it, and then the people who watch the videos might not be aware of it. But this country doesn't help itself at times. It really doesn't. We've got a situation where we have sold off in this country, or the water companies have, and CIT's involved with some of their bits and pieces as well, but the water companies sold off 35 reservoirs, substantial reservoirs, for a lot of money. And they sold a lot of property as well. Sounds a bit similar to the Canal and River Trust, doesn't it? But those reservoirs, they supplied water, and the canals are used a lot for things like that. Now, the other thing is, no significant sized reservoir has been built in the UK since 1991. But we've got an increasing, population, new houses and everything, and buildings want to use more water. And technology want to use more water for cooling and all that. Like AI takes a lot of water, believe it or not, and all these computer systems need to be cooled, and they're massive and they take a lot of water. The other thing is abstraction of water from canals. Now, you're supposed to have a license for that, and you see when you're going along on the boats, you'll see these big tubes with motorised engines and water going onto the farmland and all that, and there's a cost for that. But sadly, there's a lot of illegal abstraction as well, which is never, they're a bit like CIT, the Environment Agency. They've not got enough enforcement people, and they abstract water as well. But because there's no money around to do things, we've got the constant leaking of locks, the water just flowing through all the time, so we're losing water that way. And because we don't see dredging done half as much as what it used to be, when waters go down on the canal, that means boats are on the bottom and getting stuck. But just imagine dredging was done, and it was done properly and significantly, and the canals were a foot deeper. Then the lack of water, instead of it going down and it goes from, say, 2 foot to 1 foot, it'll go from 3 foot to 2 foot. And that makes a big difference for many boats. So this lack of money to do all these maintenance tasks is going to make the canals, just get worse and worse unless there's something happens what's going to make it be maintained properly. Now, I just thought I'd mention things like that, because our cruising this year has been significantly impacted. We've been out for a couple of short trips and all that, which I don't film. That's just out and out, check everything's working on the boat. But we were reluctant to go out on any significant trip. That's our choice, and it's the choice of many, many leisure boaters. It really is. So instead, we've been going on holiday. We've been up to Northumberland for quite a few weeks up there, and we love it up there and enjoyed ourselves, and good pubs, people are brilliant and that. So we've enjoyed ourselves up there, and of course we spent a lot of time at our holiday cottage, our holiday home, because it is beautiful there, which is great, and we can do plenty of walking, and the scenery is fantastic. Like I've told people before, when you're in an area of outstanding natural beauty and a conservation area, it's very special to go to. And we've also been doing some maintenance out on our not our holiday home, our home where we've lived for since 1984. We've been doing some maintenance there in various forms, and a little bit more to do. So we've kept ourselves occupied during this bad, this spell of dry weather, and all the problems associated with the canals, which is very sad, because we love going out and about on our boat, we really do. But circumstances have altered again this year. But we're hoping later in the season, if we get enough rain and the canals are open and we have confidence, we're hoping to go on another nice trip, because we do like it as autumn approaches and it gets a bit cooler as well. We do like that. So we're hoping that's coming in the future. But at least we've got things to do, and we're not stuck for things to do. And that is a reason why we would always remain leisure boaters. As I know people have no choice sometimes to live permanently on a boat because of circumstances, but I would never ever sell up everything and put everything into having a boat and nothing to fall back on. I really wouldn't. But people make the choices. But I think we've made the wisest choice in being able to have a choice, basically. Anyway, that's explained that about where we've been and what we've been doing. And I think we'll get on with this video now for you. As we continue, I think we're still going along the Middlewich at the moment from our trip a few months ago. So you're welcome to join us and see how we go. And hopefully it won't be too long before we put another one out as well. I know we're only a small channel, but that's circumstances. I can't be throwing out videos all the time because I have other things to do in our life, and I also enjoy the weather out and about as well, rather than being stuck in somewhere. So that's a personal choice. So we'll get going with this cruise, which we hope you enjoy watching, and I'll just have a little talk at the end, and that should be it. So Let's get going.
Sorry? Yeah. Did you want coffee? Oh yes, please. Thank you, darling. I'm reading your mind. I've known you long enough, my beautiful. A quick stop off at the moorings near Aqueduct Marina. Again, many times we've been there, but only one night, even though it was lovely. But when you have this glorious weather, we like to be moving. Yes, I suspect we will have a very nice day. Trundling along, waiting for a nice coffee. Not bad. And we're not as bad as yesterday, by the way. We're not as late starting off. But we're not as early as what we have normally done. I think it's about 9 o'clock. But off we go. Along the middle, which is this X bridge. It definitely was a bridge, but it's an X one now. It ceases to be. We tend to hit the bottom coming through this, very shallow. But I wonder if it's still the same. It has been for quite a while. Oh, we're on the bottom again. Yes, all the bits are coming up. You'd think they'd dredge this little piece. Right, still all there. Have to go through very slow. Right, onwards.
It's all very well with the weather. They've got the place running when it's
Morning, you're on the way.
Good morning. Morning. Lovely day for it.
Make sure that big front don't slap.
It's uncanny how many times a boat comes through this particular bridge. Absolutely is. We always seem to come across one. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's just a coincidence that it just happens so much. It was very warm before, but it's just cooled down a tad. Perhaps we need the clouds clear a bit more and get the sunshine out. Very hazy at the moment, said the weatherman. Hi. Now, don't want to upset some people, but I just a few things what I just want to say. One is, never in my life have I driven a narrowboat. Never ever, and it's very unlikely, in fact impossible for me to ever do that. But I've steered narrowboats for many a year. I don't know why people say I've drove my narrowboat. The other thing is, I've never parked a narrowboat ever. Never done that. I've tied up and moored. That's alright, but no, I've never parked. The other thing what tickles me, Joshua bows, or as some people say, Joshua bows. Definitely unique, them. But Joshua bows are certainly, they're not these absolutely pinched in designs and they say, oh, this is a Joshua bow. No, no. Working boats and the likes of Dave Harris, Ian Kemp, you know, all the likes of them, the classy builders, they can do, or Brinklow, they can do a classic Joshua bow, proper double curved. Now our boat, even Steve Hudson used to say it's a Joshua bow at the front, but never in the memory of man do I think they are. So I always say they're a Steve Hudson style bow, which we love, by the way. We think they're very distinctive and that's how you recognise an Hudson. But I know there's a few people don't like them, but we do. But to just describe on all these modern boats now, oh, this is a Joshua bow or a Joshua bow, my goodness. Just thought I'd let you know that, and no doubt I've annoyed a few of you, because some get annoyed very easily, some people. But I'm just stating a few facts there. It's got a bit nippy now. Whew. Come on, sunshine. Do your best, not your worst. Boat traffic has been extremely light on our travels over the last few hours. I was expecting this, you know, this stretch of the Middle Witch to be very busy now, but you wonder, don't you? Well, you don't wonder, you know, people are not coming out as much as what they used to do out the marinas. But we'll just about miss it, I think. We'll see some higher boats coming along here, and perhaps on the Trent and Mersey when we get up there. But I'm not bothered about that, because I like to see the higher boats out and about with people, because the canals, like they say, is for a lot of people, not just for boat owners. Even though we do, you know, we do pay a fair whack towards things. And of course, it's only going to get more expensive. Probably for certain boaters more than others. Saying that though, the marina prices are going up way above inflation. So's the electric. And you've always got to remember that if you're a leisure moorer, around 9% of your mooring on a marina goes back to CRT as well, because we have to pay for having, you know, for the water what our boat's on. That's just the way it is. So all in all, I think we're all going to be spending a bit more. But if it, you know, if it can just stay open, these wonderful canals of ours, just something magical can happen, then you know, I think it's worth it. But I'm still waiting for the magic. Well, just trundling along, not a cur in the world, which is a good thing in this climate, isn't it? But I hope that we're keeping upbeat about things, because we feel all right, you know, everything's going as we want it, and I think that's important. I've had a nice cup of coffee and breakfast. That was all good. I've even had the camera off for a bit while I just take everything in, because I do like doing that, you know, having some quiet moments. And Bernadette's been having a talk with us about what we're doing this year, both on the boat and off the boat, and yeah, it should be all right. Thought it was going to be roasting hot today, but now I've not only have I got a t-shirt on, a fleece top, and now I've got a fleece coat on. That wind has got quite a chill to it. Could be worse though, it could be raining. Then again, it could be winter. Just like the perfect taxi service. Glide in, stop the boat, and off they get. Or off Bernadette gets. And then we're off again. The difference between me and a taxi though is my rates are very, very cheap. Cup of coffee, pint of beer, or a sandwich. More than covers the cost.
I'll walk down.
I thought it was something on the bottom. Well, it was silt. So shallow in that spot there, we was hardly moving. But at least it wasn't on the propeller itself, and it seems to have settled down a bit again now. We had some at bottom, but it's gone off now. We're all right.
I thought you were going slow.
Well, I think it was just shallow. Just come in slowly for you, don't worry.
Walk down, but I might as well get on.
You might as well get on. Taxi service
Yep.
is back.
Whee!
Very good. Yes, as long as I don't have to use that nasty bow thruster. Yes, it's fine now, yes. No, I know you like being off the boat at locks. No, I said I know you like being off the boat at locks. Yeah, I know.
Well, that little video's come to an end now. I hope you enjoyed it. As far as I can remember, we thought it was brilliant because we dropped on with all the weather. But that's it for now. I hope you can come along with us in our next video whenever we get it out there for you, and we continue our journey. But for now, stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you next time. Ta-ra!